Yo, what's up, my people? It's your baby boy KCZ, and this is the Masterminds Podcast, episode 10. We are already on episode 10, and this is going to be a special edition of the podcast because it's just one of the unique ones, And in the building right now, I have Binoa Munkompa. We are not social distancing anymore, but we are still advising people to stay home. But right now, we are still keeping a 1 meter distance. Mr. Binoa, what's up?
What's up, Kelvin? How are you?
I'm alright, man. Last time we had a podcast on the phone call conversation. How was that?
That one was okay. Though there were some challenges, but
yeah, man.
I guess this one will be better than the other one.
Yeah, obviously, because a phone call one, okay, at least the most important thing is to get what you're talking about and to get your voice. So if people can still get your voice, then it's still cool. But don't you think it's necessary for us to call the back or something?
Yeah, it should be necessary because there are some topics that we would want him to look at.
Yeah. So maybe let's just try and call the back and find out that's if it's going to pick up or something. Stay tuned, people. Okay. It's ringing. Yo. What's up, bro?
Amazing, my guy. What's up, yo?
You good?
I'm great. How you doing, bro?
I'm alright, man. You live on the podcast, bro.
Yeah.
How is it, bro?
Amazing, my guy. Still quarantined.
You're still quarantined?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, we're still trying though. We're just keeping a 1 meter distance with the back. I mean, with Bino.
Oh, you guys are together now.
Yeah, but not together, man.
No. You didn't say that in the right way. Like, you guys are together now. Like, we broke up and shit. Oh, sorry.
Man, I was just wondering if you're in the same room, same place, or anything. What do you mean?
Yeah, but we're together, bro. Like, we're in the same room, but not like the way you put it.
Confirmed.
Yeah.
You know what's up, my guy? How are you?
I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm great, man. It's been a while.
It's been a while, man. How is the quarantine going with you?
We easy, man. We staying home.
How is the situation back there?
Yeah. Oh, you're together. You're also confirming that you're together now?
Yeah, we're together now, man.
We're together, man. We're together.
We're together, man.
No, well, not together like they're together. You know what I mean? Like
dude, I don't need an explanation.
You understand English, right? You're mad. Except,
Yeah,
you're live on the Masterminds Podcast. It's been a while, man.
Yeah, it's been a minute, man. Hey.
It's been a minute, bro. You've been on wire, except like for days.
You people put me wire. What can we do?
It's not us, bro. It's the coronavirus.
Oh, Corona has not put us wire.
Yes, man.
Ah.
But we're keeping a 1 meter distance between me and Bino.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we easy, my guy.
Yeah. And for me, I'm safe not being around you guys. Like, I'm keeping some kilometers away from you.
Yeah, man. That's the thing, bro.
We actually don't even trust people from McKinney,
That's the thing. Like, McKinney guys, when we've got this quarter shit, like, comes from that. Oh, anyway, by the way, why am I saying shit? Like, another thing on the podcast. This is episode 10 of the Masterminds Podcast. I have to make this clear. To say we are not supposed to case anymore on the podcast. We have to keep it clean, we have to keep it legit, and we have to keep it like that. No casing. We are trying not to case, but as time goes by, we are going to get used. We are going to keep it 100% clean because already, like, I've been throwing in a little bit of some, you know what I mean? Like, I haven't thrown in any F word and but we'll be good.
Yeah. No, we pray it doesn't happen.
So that's the thing, bro.
I think we should be praying before the podcast happens.
So that's the thing. And then so what you up to, bro? Like throughout this time, like what's the card?
I think the card for me, I would say Zua by Diesel.
Uh-huh.
It's been keeping me fresh. Like, hey, it's on fire track, like.
Zua by Diesel, right?
Yeah, but hey, that one they nailed it. Hey.
I've been watching that video like I don't know how many times in a day, bro. Bino, what do you think about Zua? Like you gave your view about Zua. Like, bro.
I'm still standing on that, man. This song is just too much.
The song's too much, bro. Like,
much.
I don't know, man. There's just too much creativity in that song.
Too much.
Yeah.
With no hate or anything, I love the chorus more than anything in that song.
Like Zua, that Zua.
That guy is going far, man.
I don't know, man. Song's fire, man. Yeah, so Bino, what popped out this week in the entertainment industry? Like, what's the news, man? We've heard a lot of there's something going on. So let Bino just highlight on a few, then man.
Yeah, so on the entertainment aspects, we received so many issues that are trending. The most one that is giving us the most fire is the Lawino versus OC.
Yeah, man, like about that, like what's really going on? Like those guys fighting over a kid, like what's the cut, bro?
Now the thing is, these guys are not just fighting for fighting. Lawino, back, I don't know if it's 2019, signed a Fly J.
Yes, man, like,
and they took him under his wings, under the black billionaire.
Yeah.
So that means that man has to manage the boy in every good aspect that is there.
Yeah.
But you know, Fly J has been that much of the ghetto and is fond of rapping outside the ghetto.
Like you can take me out of the ghetto, but you can't take that ghetto out of me.
Yeah, but that's where the manager now needs to come in. That's where the manager is coming in. Because what happened over this fight is Oscillation gets to post a video of Fly J on Facebook and says, I thought this boy was signed under a certain label, but why is he singing for money? Why can't the manager do, I don't know what words he had used there.
You guys, wait a minute. Isn't it the same boy that this girl Alice came about again with the same issue, Lawino exchanging calls and all that stuff?
Yeah, that's the same boy. That's the same boy.
Also, even Alice did the same.
Alice also posted a video of like Jay.
And then Lawino came out and he talked about it. Like he was like, guys, why are you doing this? And then like Ossie has come up again.
Yeah, Ossie came up again with the same, posting a video of the boy. I don't know, he was singing, I don't know if it's one of these modes. He was holding something that, like he was asking for money while rapping. So that's where Lawino comes in.
So the boy was asking for money on the street?
Yes.
Like he says, but you know the boy. I think the boy is just becoming a money lover. Okay, I know. You know what? I like Fly J. Like Fly J is dope. He's so talented and all that. And then like he's a kid. You know what I mean? Like he's a kid, and him growing up in a poor family, growing up in a family like where he used to beg, asking for money. Like I think that's still into him. You know what I mean? Like you can't take that out of him unless it grows up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What do you think about that situation? Do you feel like he's not being kept well?
For me, I feel he's being kept well. The issue can be the aspect of being in the streets. And, you know, there's a saying that when you teach a kid something, it gets to them too much that they make it a principle. You understand?
Yeah.
So I feel that boy needs a lot of counseling. These guys are not counseling the boy enough. They are using him. Maybe they are using him for money as well, and not thinking of his future before the money comes in.
When you say they're using him for money, do you mean like they are using him to beg money or something?
Not really using him to beg money, but you know that boy has been doing to my shows. You know that? Huh?
I know that. He's been making money out of that.
Yeah, so you see, and they claim that money is for his school, but I researched, I checked something about his school. It's like the boy doesn't want to be in school. So now we don't know about the money, the way the money is being diverted to the family, whatever. But I feel the boy should be first cancelled they should change that mindset that he has. That boy is from the street.
So now, how do you think they're going to do that? I feel like, okay, do you feel like maybe taking him to a boarding school can help? Because like that guy is not supposed to be getting exposed to people a lot, you know what I mean? At his age, do you think taking him to a boarding school is a solution or something? Because that's what I think could be the best thing to do.
Yeah, I think a boarding school would work out because I suspect maybe Kamfana that could be even involved in my vices at top or maybe drugs. I'm not saying that he's been doing that, but it's possible.
That guy can end up being a drug dealer, or maybe he can just become someone who's
a drug addict, or maybe a user, something like that.
Because like where he stays, does he still stay in Chibolia though?
No,
the boy is still with the parents, though there are times when he's with Luano. But the thing is, the guy has been doing everything a parent can do to put the child in the right direction and stuff.
I feel like Lawino has been doing the most.
No, he's been doing the most because he's the one paying for the school fees under his own money. It's not something like the money is coming from the labor or what.
Yeah.
It's coming from his money. He's taken flight jet to rehabilitation, and they are working on the counseling and stuff. But it's not just that easy
to make him
change just on a short period of time.
So
but for me, this guy has been trying like 100%.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, what we have to do at this point is maybe the advice, like the way forward, the solution to this problem. Maybe just taking him to a boarding school or something.
Yeah, like I read the post where he said we've been thinking of taking like Jay to a boarding school, of which that is still being discussed. There was, after Alice posted a video, Lawino had to went live with Fly J.
Yeah, I checked that out.
Yeah, with the father to Fly J.
Yeah.
Where even the father said they have tried. It's just very hard for them.
He's a kid.
Whenever they try to put
he's
him
like
on the right track.
He's like 8 years old, right?
Yeah, you will lose his way again and get into the street. You get.
The guy is 8 years old.
The guy is really trying, but it's just very hard. Growing up from the streets and.
But again, guys, like let's think about this. Like, guy, why are these guys doing this? Why would a fully grown up OC oscillation post a video of that? Like, what is he trying to prove?
That is exactly Luano's point. Lawino's point. Yeah. Yeah,
like,
that is why he came out.
Why do you have to do that? Post him on Facebook to embarrass who? To show him to who? So that what should happen? Cause unnecessary scandals for... Bruh, why do people do this?
OC has performed.
OC is childish.
Yeah.
You know that nigga blocked me on Facebook, right? This is why I couldn't even say that. Because I told him some facts. I swear, man. I can show you screenshots, bro.
The post that Lawino did was, what he said was, you've been there, you're being kept by an old woman. And there was a word that came out and it touched me. It was like, just keep your gay ass.
That nigga gay, bro.
That guy still stays with the mom.
Not the mom. There's a lady that is keeping him up in the States there.
Or he stays with some old lady, like, in the house.
He's been married to I don't know if he's married or what. That's the old lady that is giving him the monies and stuff.
Oh.
That's the thing, bro. Like, imagine that.
Bro,
you know why that guy blocked me?
Now, like you had to you hit him on the aspect of being handsome or something.
Nah, man, like the nigga posted a video of Fally Ipupa performing, right? Like on a big screen. And then he stood in front of the screen pretending like he was with Fally. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So then I noticed the video, like, this is not legit. This nigga is not with Fally. Then I told him the truth right in the comment. Like, I took a screenshot and then like I just showed him a part that showed that, bruh, you're not in this room with Fally. Then I posted it in the comment box, you know what I mean? That was in 2016 or something. Then the nigga just went straight and blocked me. I couldn't like see anything by him, you know what I mean? And he also deleted the post completely from Facebook. He wanted to lie to people. Like, why do people lie? That's the thing.
Yeah.
And then speaking
But
of,
you were mean, man. You were mean.
bro, I wasn't mean. Like, why was he lying to us? Sorry, that's not the COVID, bro. It's just a normal cough.
Guys, and there's this okay, I'm not sure of the story yet. Like, okay, I didn't get time to check it out. There's this, I don't know if it's a girl that does
Oh yeah. We about to talk about that. About Messi G, right?
Yeah, something like that.
We about to touch that. Like, we about to touch that. Like, so about Messi G, what really happened was this girl. Okay, like the information I have right now, I'll let Bino say what he has. That girl is a very good artist. Like, she's a Zambian artist. Like, she draws. You know what I mean? She's famously known for, like, when she was noticed by the Zambian president Edgar Chagwa Lungu. Like, she drew him. She drew a portrait of the president, and then she posted it on Twitter. And then, like, people kept on tagging, sharing until it reached the president's eye. Then the president called the girl, like, okay, I want you to come, bring this. Then the president paid her some money. I don't know how much that was. Then she became, like, famous. Everybody knew her. So from that, now she's been, like, drawing celebrities from Australia, America, the UK, and everyone, and like everywhere around the world. Like, there's a rich queen from, I don't know, this queen is from a very rich woman from a certain country. She drew her, and then, like, that same queen deposited the money in her account. Then she sent the portrait to her. That costed a lot of money. Like, that queen must have bought that at a very high cost. So, like, she became expensive through that. I mean, she became famous through that. And then, like, she's been drawing my footballers and all that. But now what came up was she made a deal. According to her, she posted a screenshot of her having a chat with Pogba on Instagram. And then, like, people have dissected the screenshot, and they've just, okay, according to me, like, I looked at it and I saw, okay, bruh, this is not true. The screenshot was like, no, like, seriously. Okay, yeah, she's a very good artist. I know that. I'm not trying to put her down or something. Like, she's a very good artist. She's good, but, like, that screenshot was not legit. Like, she just made it up. She made it up. So now people took advantage of that and made the most out of it. Like, all the negative things about it. Like, they made a lot of comments and a lot of negative comments about it. So that's what I know so far. But, like, today, actually, right now as we speak, Martial from Manchester United he posted one of her posts. Like, she drew Martial from Manchester United. You know Martial, right?
Martial, that guy.
Yeah. She drew him, and then she posted it to her Instagram. Then Martial posted to his status on Instagram right now as we speak. Yeah, it is on Martial's Instagram status. So now she was trying to prove a point to people, like, bruh, I communicate with these people. These people know me. I don't just make up. I don't make up stories. So, like, check out Martial. Then Zambians kept a little bit quiet, but still they went on and saying, "Yo, you drew him. Yes, we know, but that is Photoshop." But I don't really think that is Photoshop. So that's the information I know about Messi G as at now. Bino.
But why did she apologize though?
Why did she what?
Apologize. Like, there was something like an apology for the fake whatever Pogba.
The thing is, for Messi, okay, I'll start with the background for Messi. Messi is from, she's a female artist, pencil artist, would call it, from Copperbelt, Kitwe, to be precise. So, whatsoever conversation she had with Pogba, I don't know where people are saying it's not legit, but...
Have you checked out the screenshot?
No, I didn't check out...
That's not your ex.
No, she's not my ex.
If you check out, no. If you check out the screenshot for the thing, I have it on my phone, just that we can't show it to people right now because this is not visual. You know what I mean? Like, the thing is, do I still have it in here? I don't know, man.
Okay.
Because I deleted a couple of things from my phone.
Yeah, I was just looking for the screenshot.
Yeah, here it is. Like, I have it right now. You know how Instagram is, right? Okay, this is a chat she had with Manchester United. Like on Instagram, when you post something, you know, before you open the message, there's a blue dot that comes that shows that there's a new message. Like on your, I don't know how I can explain it on audio for people to understand. But if you just look at the screenshot, just search for the screenshots, you'll find them. There's a blue dot here which is not showing, and then also this. The reason why I was saying this is not legit, the first message on top here, it doesn't have this black dot. Before you open, this message is not opened. This message is not opened. It must have a black dot somewhere there. And then there is no way on Instagram. There is no way a person can have, two accounts can have the same name on Instagram. There is no way it doesn't work like that. How come this guy is Oindamalo 55.9? Even this guy is the same name. On Instagram, it's not like Facebook. Doesn't work like that. So this just says this is not legit. And then the message also, it's just not making sense. You know what I mean? Like on that one, it's a fail. And then there's another screenshot about Pogba. Like people dissected this as well. There are some things that are not supposed to be here, like just how the message came here when it is just one message, the way it shows and the way it is showing right now. People are saying it's not legit. I'm sure that's why she apologized. But now, here's the thing, bro. Why I'm not condemning her is that this girl is creative. Not only like pencil-wise or whatever. She's creative in a way that she found a way to market her product, you know what I mean? Her works to people by using celebrities that are very far.
Very well known.
Very well known. And then she's built a house of that.
Okay.
She's built a house. She's built a house, she painted it and all that through that. Yeah, man.
It's that Kageo.
It's that Kageo, the one who bought the house, then she renovated it, she painted it herself, it's in grey and all that. That's the girl.
Is she not 18 or 20?
She must be in that range, bro.
20, no.
She must be in that range. She must be in that range, 2018, somewhere there. But that's the thing, bro. I support her works because she was only trying to make a living off that. And then people trying to bring her down. You know what I mean? Quite right, yes, she made some fake whatevers. But what she draws, she's really talented. She actually draws that. It's not like she can't draw. She can draw.
That's the thing. We're supposed to have Messi live today on the podcast, but unfortunately, due to time and power,
we had no power. If we had the podcast, we scheduled to record this at 19, but now she was supposed to be live. We're supposed to call her so she can speak for herself. But now I think on the next podcast, we're gonna call her. Then she's going to explain herself, so that she should explain herself and she should just speak to the people. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that would be dope.
Yeah, but as it stands, Messi is an original
painter. Like she's good.
Person. She's good. If you want something done by Messi or by anybody else, but think of Messi first. She'll bring it the way it should be exactly.
Yeah, but
she's a good artist, and I love the work she's doing. You know how art is.
Like she's inspired a lot of people.
It's something you do on a daily basis. If you want to be perfect, you keep doing it. If you don't do anything, you can't bring out something. So for Messi is just on point. She's okay.
Yeah. I love Messi, bro.
If she lied about the Pogba issue.
I said I love Messi, bro. Not like the.
Shut up.
What? You got a crush on her or something?
The nigga is crazy.
No. I don't need you to love anybody at this moment.
You know what?
I don't want you to love anybody at this moment.
He doesn't want you to love
now
anybody.
You're scaring me. Like, why that?
No, I want you to shut up. Don't talk about love no more. Not now.
Why, bro?
Bill.
No, we're live and we couldn't want to bring
Let's not talk about this, bro.
Let's not talk about that.
Bro, I've got a question for you, bro.
So, you guys, video, the diary video.
Yeah, man.
What do you make of Juvik? The diary video.
Okay, wait, chill. One thing, let me just tell you this. You said, what do you think about Juvik? I don't like that nigga. I feel that nigga is not real. I feel he's got... Okay, I'm just telling you what I think about the nigga. I feel the nigga is frustrated for no reason. He's frustrated. 1, 2, the nigga is not real. 3, he just talks no. Like, yeah. He just
I
never.
think are we going to manage not cursing?
No, we're going to manage, but like the nigga never talks anything that makes sense. He's just full of exposing people. Like, why do you always have to do that? Why can't you talk about things that make sense? Why do you always have to expose people and like talk about every day? You talk about oh, who's this guy? Like every day it's about Tishon. Every day it's about T-Boy. Like, why is it like that? It's not about that, but now we're talking about the video, right?
That's the industry, my guy. But I know I haven't had the time to.
Did you see the video though?
I checked out the video and I didn't like his part.
Or he didn't like his part because he went to some stuff.
He went with. I just didn't like it.
You know, I haven't had the time to look at the KB video diary. I don't know. I just don't feel. I don't just feel it's necessary to go for the video and stuff. We would have just gone through with the audio.
Yeah, man. Like, why also make a video for the diary?
I don't know why he even had to come.
Yeah, to say the truth, I was also wondering why do a video for the diary.
Yeah, and he's actually asking people on YouTube. He posted something on YouTube saying, which one should I do next? Like, is it where when a chef featured? I don't know if that's part 4 or part 3. Where when Shan where I'm like, bro, why do you want to do the diary?
But why is he now taking us back? Now we don't need that.
Wait, maybe
we don't need back. He wants to take us back
maybe in
to
the
diary
video
before.
is bringing in something else, or it's just the same concept where
Same concept,
whatever they
bro.
did on the audio is what they're doing again.
That's what they're doing. Like, they're just the same video, the same audio now making it in a video. Like, it just doesn't make sense. A diary doesn't need a video. It's a diary, bro.
Dude,
Yeah, man. Who makes a diary video? Like,
if he wants a diary to be on a video part, let him just drop out the audio so that it just goes with. Let him make a.
Have you checked out the diary conversations though?
yeah, they've been making sense. I checked out for TAP and the first one. I
It's
liked
lit,
the
man.
conversation.
The first one was legit. The second one for TAP was lit. And then now, guess who he brought in? I think he brought in. He brought in the previous one. There was who's this guy?
Oh,
TK, yes, TK Romacide. And then the current one, the one he posted yesterday, there's Jude and Biflo. That's why I didn't watch it.
Yeah, same. Who does that?
I didn't watch it because there was. I didn't watch it because there was Biflo, bro. Who watches Biflo?
Barack Obama, man. Barack Obama.
That was Obama's child, bro. Like, bro.
That one I also didn't have interest. I didn't even check it. For TK, at least I had to
for TK, it's still on my watch later list on YouTube. I'll watch it later. I'm looking for time because it was too long. And then the Judy one is like 1 hour something. I'm like, bro, I'm not watching this. Please, I'm waiting for the next one. I gotta watch Judy, like, bro, Judy, yo.
No, she did some comedy. I don't know if you checked it out.
Oh, Judy.
Yeah, the one that she was drinking some Kakaso Light, I think.
A video.
Yeah, she posted like a video. It was funny, man. Like, I was tempted to watch the diary conversation, but I was like, this is B-Flow, hell no.
Bro, I don't vibe with those guys. But anyway, let's move on. We've talked enough about that, bro. We've already kicked down like 30 minutes. Holy shit. And then, bro. The government, bro. Let's go to COVID, bro. That's the thing that's kicking right now. Like, they've made masks to be mandatory now. Like, is it because shit's getting real now, or like, why is it like that?
I feel it's getting real now.
Shit's getting real, right?
Yeah, man. Like, it's now mandatory because I'm even scared. Like, moving, it's scary now. This issue of so curfew has recorded how many? 5 now.
Like the ones that were recorded today were 5, and all came from curfew.
Just today, bro.
5.
Yeah.
5.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing we actually even wanted to discuss most. But we look at the mandatory mask, and there's that other type of a mask that came with the PF Chitenge stuff.
The PF mask.
Yeah, the PF mask.
I can't put on that.
You tried?
I can't.
I can't.
And that's the thing, man. Because now it's more like they're bringing campaigns even
when it's not necessary.
When it's not necessary like that.
Yeah, man.
Okay. The thing is that the PF mask can still protect you from COVID, right?
Yeah.
But the thing is that I feel like. What do you think about it yourself? What do you think about it?
Why make it PF though? They would have just put, if they wanted some symbol there, they should have just put maybe the Zambian flag or anything.
Yeah, man. Or some ego or something.
Yeah, man. But
ego goes short, man.
I don't understand. And they look legit, man. They are nice.
Yeah, those things are nice, but the fact is they are carrying more like a campaign picture.
Yeah.
So it's like they're taking advantage of the situation to campaign, which is not even necessary.
Now, we even take it back to the mandatory mask. The government is saying everyone, whenever you are in public, you have to have a mask on. But these things, as it's going on, a disposable mask is costing a 10 kwacha as it stands. And now here's a situation where nobody is working. Unless only these people that are in the government, obviously they've got a pay by the end of the month, whether they went for work or didn't go for work. But for people that just sell certain stuff, like maybe a restaurant owner and stuff, and they're not working, but they need to be in town, are they going to manage that mask? That is one thing the government is not looking at.
Yeah.
You get, because if they had time to explain about these masks to people, it would have been better. That disposable mask should only be worn for 2 hours or even less than that, and it should be gotten rid of after that.
Yeah.
But now, because people will not be having that much money to be spending on masks every day, you'll find that somebody will be putting on the same mask
3-4 times.
3-4 times
in a day or in 3 days.
And now, bruh, if you look at it at the angle that I'm trying to view it, you've been an EHT. Sorry for bringing that aspect in, but for you being an EHT, you not say that alone will even bring more issues apart from the COVID-19. Because it's more like somebody will be breathing the same air that is already contaminated on that mask every day. Because there are bacteria that cannot die with just water. There are bacteria that cannot die with just sunlight. They need proper sterilization or the other way, sanitization and stuff. So I don't know how the government is going to educate people on that.
I feel like they haven't educated us more, not us. Like they haven't educated the people more on how to use the mask. Because there's some reusable masks, right? Mm-hmm. And then those reusable masks, like they haven't told people like when to wash them, because that mask has to be washed every day.
To wash them with.
Yes,
and what to wash them with. It's not just to wash it anyhow. Because you know what? That mask is getting exposed to people, all right? You don't know who you're going to expose it to with. So you're going to get the mask, take it off, and they also haven't told us on how to keep those masks, where to keep them. I'm going to enter in the house, remove the mask, and throw it in the washing basket where I put my clothes. Guess what? My clothes are going to be contaminated with the virus. I'll get that same cloth, put it on. What's next?
You're gone.
That's how COVID moves, bro. COVID doesn't have legs.
And you know, bro. You know,
we are the legs of the virus.
I have been against this mask and stuff. Why? Because I not say when you cough, it's more like a reflex reaction where you're trying to bring out a certain virus that the body doesn't want. So now, if you are gonna have the mask on and you're coughing, that means that virus will not go where it's supposed to go, which is outside of the body. It will remain on the mask, and you'll be able to inhale it back again. Does that not show to say this is easily going to kill a lot of people if we start using masks?
But no, I feel the the issue of masks, it's for protecting those that don't have. When you have it, then you cough like you've said, it won't be spread.
But people will be dying.
But no, listen. I also understand about the issue of the mask. I feel it protects if, let's say, for example, a person has the virus, right?
It is for lesser
because like you
transfer.
have the virus, you do not know you have the virus, so you wear a mask. If you cough, you won't spread that virus. It won't.
Spread.
Yeah, so we're going to be wearing masks for now, in the meantime, until this COVID shit is done. You get it?
That's the thing. So it's not about making more people sick, but I feel it is protecting those that don't have, in a situation where you have and you don't know.
So the best thing that was supposed to happen is stay home, stay indoors and stuff.
That's how it's supposed to be.
If we look at the issue back, look at the countries where they've recorded the highest death rates of the COVID-19, and look at the statistics about the masks they have used. You find to say before the masks came in Zambia, there was lesser death. So now we start looking, now that we are wearing those masks, how the death rate will start increasing.
No, anyway, we haven't seen anything yet, so let's just keep it there. And then, because we might just raise issues here, you know what I mean? And then, curfew was locked down for a day. Like, why would you lock down for a day? Lock a city down for a day? I feel only curfew. If they were saying they're doing a mass screening and testing, I feel they would have done it in a week. That's a massive screening. Screening. All right.
And I feel a day isn't enough.
A day is, that's what I'm saying. They needed a week. Like for a city like Lusaka, they need a month. For a small town like Kafue, they need a week. Not even 3 days, not 2 days. They need a week of massive screening. You know what I mean? But now they only did it in a day. That's just showed like these guys are not serious.
The contact tracing, the hard part of contact tracing now in that situation, where before curfew was locked down and they've confirmed 5 cases. How about the people that were around those people that traveled?
Yeah, so now the thing is this, curfew has got a population of about more than 4,000, if I'm not mistaken. So now you lock curfew for 24 hours. They did a massive screening, of which they only did about, I don't know if 140 something people to 180 something, in that range.
So now,
how do you think that was effective? What was the reason for the lockdown? If they only did 1 something people out of 4,000 people. Because the massive should have...
The thing is that they say they did the massive. It's like they're also trying to... I don't know why they're not trying to use the kits, like the test kits and all that. Because if they did the massive screening, how come they've caught 5 more people? You know what I mean? Because that massive screening, that's where they were supposed to catch a lot of people. But now the thing is that they did more of screening than the testing. They only tested 180 something. Is it 188? And then they screened over 1,000. So I was like, 1,000 really in Kafue? Kafue obviously must have about 10,000 or something. But they only did about 1,000, if not 4,000, then I don't know, 1,000. I can't remember the figures, but the figures just didn't make sense to me. So here's the thing. Why did they only test 44 people, 140, 180 something people? Why didn't they just test about 1,000? Because according to me, they would have tested about 1,000 people, and then like the other 5,000 would have just been screened. You know what I mean?
I know. I feel, again, on that issue, since when we come to understand as a profession that we took, it's not possible to test everyone in that area. So,
it's not possible, but bro, at least the numbers should make sense.
I think the number that they gave was on the contact tracing, the people that were mingled with the people they found positive.
Yeah, but is it only 41, 48, 180 something? Anyway, it just makes sense like in that range, but like anyway, I don't know, man.
Oh, but for me, I would tell you the screening they did and the lockdown for curfew for me hasn't showed any good.
Positive result.
Doesn't show any positive result, my friend.
Because
if they had gone there, then later cases start coming from a place where they were just screening some hours ago. They didn't find those cases. Then later on, that's when the cases are coming.
You know what? Immediately they screened and they said after screening they told us say there is no case. I was worried, bro. I told my mom, I was like,
after screening there was no case.
Listen, I told my mom, I was like, today when the minister comes to announce this, he must announce about 10 cases. That's if there was a case of COVID-19 in Kafue. If they do a massive screen, they must have about 10 cases. When they came, guess what they said? There's 0 case. And I was so worried. I'm like, okay, where are those people? Because like that guy had some contacts, you know?
Yeah, sure.
The mortality. That guy had contacts. So now,
probably went to buy some stuff in a shop.
And he owns a shop, bro. He owns a fish shop. That's the thing. And the shop is busy, and he went to that shop frequently. That's why it's closed now. He visited the bank. What's this bank again? Zanaco Bank. That's why it's closed now.
Okay, so the thing is, if the government is gonna do another screening in another town, I think
in a week,
let them do it at a better given time, because you know what is involved here is the allowances that are going to people. And if you say a minister was walking on the road, that's an allowance, man. It's not like he's just walking for free on the road. And now they go there, they just do 24 hours screen about, I don't know how many tests, about 180 something. I don't feel there's the need for that.
And then I've got one more question before you go. We're going to cut you very shortly. Bill Gates just approximated to say COVID-19. You're aware that he predicted this about 2 years ago, right?
Yeah.
And then he's now saying it's going to last about 6 more months to go.
6 more months of COVID.
Yeah, he predicted that shit. And then the World Health Organization still comes back and actually he also said something like it's going to kill about.
It was the wife that said that. Actually.
Yeah, he said something like it's going to kill about I don't know how many thousands of people in Africa if it hits Africa. That was before it came to Africa. He said if it hits Africa, it's going to kill about something thousands of people. And then he predicted that. And then now he's back and saying we've got about 6 more months to go. But like, bro, what's wrong with that nigga?
How do they predict that?
That's the thing. I don't like that nigga anymore. I don't like that nigga. I used to like him, but not anymore. Like, I don't like him. He's trying to prove he's the superpower. He's the richest guy in the world. So, what you think?
These people, you know, me, I'm a racist, and I'll just make it, I'll just put it to light now. I hate whites.
They're killing
us.
I'm
telling you, I hate white people.
That's the thing.
Because their main purpose, I don't know, is to finish Africans. Why though?
That's the thing.
But anyway, I'm going to have to cut you off, bro.
No, bro, I appreciate it. Thanks, guys, for letting me in, though.
Yeah, we've had you for about 42 minutes, so it's good to have you, bro. We have to continue.
Yeah. Big shout outs to Binwell, big shout outs to CZ.
Right, thank you very much.
Thanks a lot, bro.
Up.
Check you out, bro. Have a good night.
Yeah. Thanks. Have a good night too.
All right, man. Stay safe, bro.
Yeah. Safe, man.
All right, man.
Thanks.
Yeah, so that's the thing. Like, we'll go back to Bill Gates. Like, why is the nigga doing this? Like, why does he have to do this?
Yeah, if Bill Gates is saying that, then obviously we'll take it back to the 5G thing. It's more like he knows to say whatever we're trying to install now is what is bringing this. So if he's going to say 6 months, like he caused the coronavirus to come, that means he knows what he's talking about.
That's the thing. And then the thing is that how did you know it's going to come? It's not about them knowing. Like, how do they just predict all this? And
there's no way somebody's just going to predict like he's God. The guy is not God. So if if really he said those words or he predicted it even before it came, then he knew to say there were consequences with the 5G. This is a guy that owns certain networks.
A percentage.
In these network providing businesses and stuff. So that means this guy knows to say this is what is happening. Even before they had installed that, they knew to say it will bring such cases and
then now
and
they're
stuff.
saying it's going to be mandatory. The vaccine is mandatory, so it means everybody has to be vaccinated.
These guys know what is really happening. It's not like it just comes out of the blue and stuff. These guys know to say this is what is happening. But it is really saddening if somebody would come up and say it is going to end after 6 months. Is he God?
I don't know. That's the thing.
Yeah, so that's the thing. These guys.
And then the prediction for the WHO, they say COVID-19 is going to kill over 300,000 people, which is a very huge number, bro.
Yeah, that is
300,000 is a huge number, especially for a continent like Africa. Africa has
got about 1.8 billion. Billion people as in the population, the whole continent. So now, if we are talking about that number of people dying, that means.
We really hope this doesn't happen. It's just a prediction, and then if we don't manage it well, it will happen. But
it might happen.
But what's happening in China though? Like at the moment, is it now stabilized?
No, it's not really stabilized because we look at Wuhan. That's where it started from.
Wuhan.
Yeah, Wuhan. Just yesterday, the cases raised and the death rate again went up, of which it even went up to 50% death rate. So that means it has started again. So if we are saying we don't know what is really happening,
it's coming again.
It is coming back again.
Wow.
It is really coming back, and we really need to put in strict measures so that the death rate in Africa doesn't go beyond a level that cannot be controlled. Because if we're looking at 300,000 people dying under a certain continent, that means a lot of people will run poor and stuff.
That's the thing, bro. Like things are.
Poverty is not going to come at a big rate, and it will be uncontrollable. Nobody will be able to control it.
And then another thing is like the law association against unlawful beating of citizens under the enforcement of COVID-19 measures. Like, what's that about, bro?
There's a certain body that came up. It's a law association run by a certain woman. I kind of misplaced the names, but on the next episode, I'm going to bring in more information about this. But this is a lady that was saying if there is anybody that was assaulted during this period of the enforcement of the measures by the police or any other body that is enforcing, they should come out and report these cases to this body, and the body will help them and get their rights on base. Because I don't know what is really happening.
Because like, is this a legal body though?
Yeah, it is a legal body and it is well recognized
by
the Laws Association of Zambia, and I think there's another international body that is even also supporting this same body.
But I had a conversation where Bowman was called by Motale Mwanza, where he was trying to say like, okay, people's rights and all that, like rights, and then Bowman was like, we are going to beat you. Like if we catch you, we'll beat you. Tell the same law, tell the human rights, whoever, the human rights advocates to go in the bar, we'll catch him and we'll beat him up. So
that's the thing. That's the thing. There are citizens that have been found in the bars that one is a beatable offense because obviously the president talked about it.
Okay, so this means this body is only dealing with illegal beatings,
as long as it's a beating under the enforcement of these measures. But the thing is, Kelvin, get it from the right point of view.
Yeah.
I would say COVID-19 is real, but beating people will not make them adhere to the measures that were put in place. The best thing that the government should do is not take full rights over or from the citizens.
Yeah.
Let them exercise their rights and stuff
while they fight
the COVID-19 together. It's not like these people really want certain things to happen. You get, but
that's the thing.
The beating is just way out of order, and I don't think.
But now,
it is necessary.
what if they beat you up in the bar?
if they beat you up in the bar, obviously, even the law, okay, we'll look at the aspect why and at the place where that happened. But now, they'll ask you, obviously, even when you go and report, they'll ask you to say, why were you beaten? I was found in the bar drinking. Did you not hear the president's pronunciations over clubs and stuff? Obviously, you say, yeah, I heard and stuff, but...
What if they beat you up for not wearing a mask?
That is where now these law associations should come in, because it's not everyone that is going to afford a mask looking at the economy right now.
Yeah.
And that is something the government should understand. So if they are going to provide masks per household, then somebody is found without a mask, then obviously that person just wanted to get beaten for nothing, because obviously the government has provided. You don't want to adhere to that.
Okay, so cool. It's been the Masterminds podcast. I'm your host, your baby boy KCZ, and in the building I still have Mr. Bino Munkompa just breaking down a few points on COVID-19 and other pressing issues. And what we'd like you to do as listeners, please just make sure you subscribe to the channel, YouTube channel, Kevin CZ, and also please just make sure that you subscribe to the Apple Podcasts. Make sure you subscribe. Even those that are using Spotify and Deezer, make sure you just subscribe and do everything that you have to do. It's the Masterminds podcast. And then, Mr. Bino, just give us what you think people should do to keep themselves safe.
Okay.
In less than a minute.
In less than a minute, one of the things that I would want people to do while they are being quarantined or told to stay at home, keep your bodies home by doing a certain exercise that you can do as a family. Do not just sit being adamant and stuff. Certain viruses and sicknesses will attack your body if it is not that strong. So you have to keep your immune system very active and keep the distance. The social distancing should be exercised. We do not know who's sick and we do not know who has been exposed. So let us keep the measures in place. Let us always sanitize, wash our hands, whether they are dirty or not dirty. Keep the distance and observe the measures that have been put. And if you're going to go in public, try by all means to find a mask.
True.
Thank you.
So that's the thing. But now there's something that I want to ask you before you close. Okay. The president says we have to stay at home, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I visited the place yesterday. Was it yesterday? Yes, I went to Chainda. I found the people in houses. It's a 2-roomed house where there's only a living room and the kitchen. No, a living room and the bed and the bedroom for the parents. All right?
Mm-hmm.
And in that house there are about 8 people. You get my point?
Mm-hmm.
In the house there are 8 people. The parents who sleep in the room, in the bedroom with 2 babies. And then the rest of the family, they all sit and sleep in the living room. How do you think those people are going to spend the whole day at home in the house?
Okay, on that one, Kelvin, the government has put up those measures, but the government cannot afford to build.
No, I'm not saying they should build homes, but I'm saying how is that going to be possible for people to keep to stay at home if there's such a situation?
Obviously, in the afternoon, when the government said stay at home, they didn't say you should always be inside your house. Mm-hmm. People can just be in their yard outside while they're seated and they talk while keeping the distance.
Have you checked out their yards though?
No, I haven't been to Chainda.
Not only Chainda, go to Zingalume, go to Chigolia, Chawama and Kanyama. You find there's a yard which is only about 50 by 50. On that same yard there are about 15 houses, and in those 15 houses, in each household there are about 8 people, not less than 8 people each household. So if all those people were to come outside a 50 by 50 yard, that's a lot of people.
That would be a lot of people in one
So that's
place.
the thing. So again, we are still keeping a lot of people at one place. So the only solution is let's just not spread this disease at all. Find a way for us not to spread it. Don't go to town. Also avoid going into town.
Yeah, so the thing is...
and then another thing is avoid moving. Like you said, if they are going to be in the yard, let them be in the yard. Don't go outside the road. Don't go. Make sure avoid traveling to places like Chilenje, going to Kafue, going to those areas that are saying these are hot spots. Avoid such.
Yeah, so that's the thing, Kelvin. But even before the government asked people to go, the time this virus came, it would have been better if they had time to screen everybody. It would have been very easy.
Yeah.
And like we said on the episode 6, where we said it would have been easy for the government to screen while people were still at school.
Yeah, and then to screen even people were coming in. Like they didn't do that.
Now we're sending people to go and stay at home without knowing their status at the time, because we do not know who has been exposed in that family. And now if they stay at home, that means the whole family will be exposed. True. Without knowing and stuff. So the government on that part, again, they need to look at it. If they are gonna do,
but they've already done it, so
yeah, let them send people let them set up centers where they will do the screening. They've received so much help and donations, the test kits and everything. Let them set up places where they will do the screening from. If it will be at a certain school in a neighborhood, let them take the screening center there so that people get screened. The ones that are found to be answerable, let them be taken away from their families and put into a place where they will be kept.
But if that's going to be a screening place like that, then they're going to put people at one place. So let's say I have the COVID, I go to the screening center, and then I'm going to expose a lot of people to the disease.
No, but the thing is to find the people that have got the virus.
But if I am exposed, I have the virus, I go to a screening place, I infect you there. Obviously, they'll screen you, they won't catch you.
Obviously, at the screening center, they will also keep the distance. That means if people are going to be coming, let them maintain. If it's a 1 meter or 2 meters distance, that is a screening center. That would even be better, because in a 2 meters distance, somebody will not just get exposed there and then.
True.
Yeah.
All right. So that's the thing, bro. We have to close down the episode, and it's been a nice one. I think one of the longest.
Yeah,
it's just the longest. It's like 56 minutes. So it's been the Masterminds podcast. I'm your host, your baby boy KCZ, and we're out.